And so we have our waterfall. Obviously, TVT is going to be mirrored matchup. So 50-50 chance of winning based on map. And off we go for our first mirror matchup of the day, actually, with Bulya playing with yellow SCVs representing PigPan in the top right corner of waterfall, and in the bottom left playing with teal SCVs, it is going to be Taco Emissary or Riff.
And no SCV production. I don't know if it's a mistake or if he planned some kind of cheese.
I'm not sure, but judging by a proxy barracks, it is the latter.
Oh.
So it is going to be a
Two proxy reaper. Or it could only be
Rex
three.
proxy, and judging by the fact that we took our gas fairly early, it is going to be a reaper. Proxy, and Bulya did not send out a scout, so he does not know that it's coming, and that might be a problem.
Sure, but he is playing double gas, so he does have a solid opener against proxy reaper.
If he opens, if he opens Reaper 3 Reaper 2 Hellion, which is exactly what looks like it's happening, then a key moment is going to be the first Reaper fight. If a Reaper from Riff or Taco Emissary can kill the first Reaper of Bulya, then it's going to be exceedingly hard for Bulya to hold until his Hellion comes online.
So this is only 2 Rex proxy reaper, so he's going for the more economical variant where you don't necessarily need to end the game with. If you just get some damage done, he can himself get a factory and expand. So...
Yeah, exactly, absolutely. And we have the first 2 Reapers coming up, and this is a crucial moment. So the Reaper has to survive until the second Reaper pops out.
He should just pull a couple SCVs, and I think then he's completely fine.
The second Reaper! The second Reaper is caught. This is big.
That's very bad.
Yeah.
But not game over yet.
No, it's not, because the Reapers are actually attacking buildings instead of killing economy. Now they're going for the SCVs. They are 1, 2 down. So Bulya should... another Reaper goes down. This is...
No hay production.
This is 7 workers, and we're still fighting.
Oh, and let's Reapers give us a... So this is already enough damage where the 2x proxy has paid off. If this was a high level match, I would say this is game over, but there's still potential to mess us up.
Absolutely, and the factory for Riff has finished. He is building a Hellion, and he's 6 SCVs up with a second factory starting, and there's still... The Reapers are still wreaking havoc in Bulya's base, killing more workers. Oh, this is extreme. This is extremely bad. And we have 4 SCVs on the smoke, 5 SCVs on the smoke break, finally getting ordered back to the minerals. But if we
there's also not going to be any counter damage. If Bulya had, for example, proxy the starport on the other side of the map, and there would be a Liberator on Rift space, he would be in quite some trouble. Or if he had like a Banshee follow-up, well, this just looks like every advantage is in Rift's favor and none for Bulya.
Yeah, absolutely, especially considering that we are Riff is teching up. He already has a tech lab finished on his factory. He has a starport finished. He's building another rack, so before long he's going to have a full 2 base production with a Cyclone already out, so if he orders the Cyclone to patrol the base, that will negate a lot of the drop potential for Bulya to deal damage. Or things like Lib Harass. And yeah, I think from this point onward, it is Rift's game to lose.
Yeah, 2 base versus 1 base. Bulya might just be forced to win.
So we have 3 Hellions trying to go across the map. They're met with 2 Hellion Reaper. They get rid of the 2 Reapers. The Cyclone is going out to meet them, and we also have a tank. They are going to do a little bit of economic damage. Actually, never mind. They're not going to kill a single They are going to kill a single SCV, but they are going to get cleaned up fairly quickly. Raven production and 3 reactor barracks. Wow, I would expect at least one of them to be a tech lab.
Yeah, that's for sure. He might just swap after the Raven, after the second Raven, to get Vikings and Stim. It looks like Bulya is going to expand, but even he should have superior mechanics to Rift, but I don't think he can pull this one out. Like, this advantage is not... You cannot overcome this with just having a bit better macro.
And you called...
really outplay your opponent.
And you called it for the starport barrack swap. But Bulya is going to be way behind air production, going to be way behind in tank production, and it is going to be very hard for Bulya to hold an upcoming attack from Riff. And as Riff, I would say that the moment you have first 2 Vikings completed, you should go across the map and kind of push your... Oh, that's a good tank positioning. Oh, that tank gets it!
Oh, that was not even his skill.
That tank gets the last shot on the very edge of his range. Like, I'm pretty sure the shot went off after...
The auto turrets can actually just clean this up. Like, if he puts 2 turrets down next to the tank will be forced to unsiege, and his army will clear it up with like little to no losses.
Yeah, but I think
he could also decide.
I think if he decides to go across the map, it's also... There you go. Interference matrix goes down. The Marines and 2 tanks are going to clean it up. The medevac is going to escape with little life left in it. And I think Bulya is going to decide to try to pull Riff apart with just drops.
Yeah, but I think that's
if Riff ignores it and just goes on full on base trade, there's nothing Bulya can do. Because
or just
as powerful
ready to his main.
yeah, like that Cyclone gets eliminated extremely fast. Not sure if sending back the air units is a smart call.
Bulya needs to siege his tank. Yeah, I believe that's the only shot Bulya has. Like, either he holds his push if he had his tank siege.
Okay, we have a...
Probably still wouldn't.
Bulya did not siege a second tank. With that, he probably had a better option to hold this push.
Yeah, and the tanks are without support. Oh, very nice.
He doesn't have vision. He sent all his air units, so yeah. Bulya is clean. Clean up the tank. Clean up the tank. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he can. Bulya can save it, but just repairing his tank. But
wow, yeah, Bulya held, but at the same time, Rift does have a third base finished. He does have a bunch of SCVs just idling or over mining the main. So I think that Yeah, Riff has few SCVs idling, few SCVs are overmining in the main, so if he takes a moment to fix his economy and triple expand, he's going to be way ahead. I think he was concentrating way too hard on microing the army units. And go ahead.
Okay. But for the first time in the game, we actually have tangible advantages for Bulya in some aspects. He is gonna be the first one to get combat shields, the first one to get +1 attack, and that will help him at least to trade in Marine vs Marine battles. So it could help him out to deal more damage with drops.
100%.
But
the biggest problem that Bulya has is the air advantage from Riff. And if Riff sieges this spot right here, it is going to be extremely hard for Bulya to evict him. And if he sieges that spot in the next, I don't know, 15 seconds, then he kills a command center that is building.
Yep. And there's really nothing Bulya can do.
Absolutely. But he does need... Oh, no, that's a bad... Oof.
Okay, finish.
Command center finishes because the air units were nowhere close to the front lines.
Raven dies.
Raven dies. Bulya can theoretically snipe the 2 low HP Vikings. 1 Viking goes down, 2 Vikings go down. Oh no, land the CC, Bulya.
Yeah,
oh, what are you doing?
Already. I think the CC will survive.
The CC will...
It's gonna be very close.
Oh, but the... Bulya loses a Viking. The last remaining Viking he had.
You should also set the bunker before it dies. The little things. Yeah, we can see Riff is making 2 Liberator.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Game lag. It's Riff lagging.
Well, Riff was complaining about his internet earlier, so if his internet disconnects, we would have to recover this game from the replay. Which would be...
Yes. I mean, he's clearly winning, so that would only be fair. Oh. Game is resuming. But yeah, Riff is making Liberator, so he is going for a kill move. He has the air advantage. And if he can hold that and has enough tanks to cover his Liberator, he can just win the game.
Well, he has the air advantage, but it's shaky at best. Like, he has 3 Vikings versus 2 Vikings of Bulya, but his Vikings are damaged, and Bulya is about to have 2 more popping out, so the air advantage of Riff is about to be gone, and it is. So I'm not sure that the Liberators are actually going to help him out. I think that if Bulya realizes that his air advantage is not there,
you are right. Yeah,
it's going to be.
I think he can still. Probably if he sieges directly on top of the tanks with his own tank cover, he will probably kill both tanks, which will end the game, but he cannot do it in a safety manner. That tank doesn't die, he could have focus fired it.
And there we go. So all the Vikings are gonna die, and Bulya's Viking... Bulya has 6 Vikings? 5 Vikings that are some damaged, but the air advantage balance swung directly in Bulya's favor, and coupled with Bulya's better micro mechanics, it is very dangerous situations for Riff.
Yeah, he still has a huge economic advantage, but Bulya seems to be slowly crawling back into the game.
Where is his advantage? It's 57 versus 60 workers. It's virtually even.
He has a 4cc.
Oh no, never mind, yes.
I think he also still has better infrastructure, right? Both of them are gonna get 2 upgrades at about the same time. Riff did forget his armory, that's the reason he didn't start them yet. I think he tried to start 2-2, noticed he doesn't have an armory, and then he built it.
Yeah, and their armories are gonna get finished right at the same spot. I'm not sure that double starport at this stage would be sustainable.
The fourth base, I think this is about a smart time transition to Raven. But if he doesn't control the Raven properly, it gives
you have
Bulya a
to
huge opportunity
understand,
to
like,
kill
he
him.
has 3 tech lab factories, and now he's gonna have 3 starports.
Oh yeah, he's not gonna be able to make tanks consistently. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's,
he's gonna
yeah, of
be
course.
gas starved with that. So there's a single marine trying to harass Bully's 4th that is building on location. Meanwhile, as you said, the 4th for Riff has landed, and
But
the
no
drop
gases.
from Bully is caught and obliterated.
He should
And
definitely take the gases immediately if he wants to afford Raven.
and a huge army is
Oh, it's
bearing
good
down
for-
on the 3rd.
yeah,
There's
fighting.
nothing defending it. So the 3rd is gonna fall with 20 something SCVs. Bulya is counterattacking with his own units, but I don't think it's gonna be as base tradey as Bulya would like. And there's nothing responding to this army. Not even close.
Yeah, Bulya doesn't have anywhere close to the tank house to stop this massive army. I think that will actually be game over.
Yeah, I think that this base trade will be absolutely game over, and Bully calls it GG. Well done by Riff, battling through slow internet, battling through ping to deliver a fairly interesting TVT matchup where and props to Bulya for, you know, fighting back and making the game somewhat even for one moment.
Yeah, he was still a lot behind the army supply and was somewhat an eco, but yeah, he did kind of fight back. That was not just falling over and dying.
Yeah, but yeah, the army value difference tells the tale. I think after achieving air, let's say, parity, if Bulya turtled a bit more,
Yeah,
he
I
might
would
have
totally
had a chance.
believe that if he just stuck to turtling and like single medivac drops to buy time, we could have clawed it out in a late game. It's very hard to kill a Terran.